For the slide number 2, introduction, FlatIron is one of the hair salons from Dublin. They have a plan to establish in Singapore, and this presentation will provide finding and analysis as well as the recommendation for helping FlatIron to open in Singapore. Slide number 3, we feel that FlatIron did good decision to open in Singapore. However, FlatIron need business plans such as to build a loyal customer, adjust the price for target customer, provide add value services, and advertising in the social media. For the slide number 4, we set the objective for this presentation to perform depth analysis and provide recommendation to open in Singapore. Slide number 5 is to develop the vision and mission statement as well as the strategy plan for this Singapore market so that the employees know and understand what is the most important to the company and what they need to focus in their respective job. For the strategy plan, we divided into two parts. Part A is to set the goal and Part B is the process to reach the goal.
Slide 6. The macro environment analysis or PESTEL analysis is the first step of strategic analysis. In this, we analyze important factors like political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal factors. Slide 7. PESTEL is a useful tool for understanding the big picture of the environment in which we are operating. We can take advantage of the opportunities and minimize the threats. Elements like tax changes, new laws, trade barriers, demographic change, and government policy changes will be considered as macro change. To help analyze these factors, FlatIron should categorize them using the PESTEL model. Slide 8. Political factors or certain regulations formed by the government. For examples, regulations on recruiting foreign employees. Any company can only recruit certain number of foreigners. This helps in increasing job opportunities for local people. Economic factors include interest rates, taxation changes, economic growth, inflation, and exchange rates, etc. Slide 9. Social factors. Singapore has more concerns about the aging population. They don't contribute much to the economy. To avoid these kind of problems, Singapore government is inviting more young and talented foreigners as residents. This creates a very good market for the young people who can contribute to the economic growth. Technological factors. People in Singapore are technology oriented. Any new technology will reach this part of the world very faster. FlatIron has a very good opportunity to make use of this advantage. Slide 10. Environmental factors. It has been found that human hair has a tendency of absorbing more oil than any other things, which can be used widely to soak up oil in case of oil spill. FlatIron can help the environment by exporting human hair to companies who can use it for the purpose mentioned above. FlatIron should buy products which are made out of environmental friendly ingredients. Legal factors. Legal factors are related to the legal environment in which firms operate. For example, companies are not allowed to pay very low wages to the foreign employees just because they are cheap. Singapore government has regulations on minimum wage requirements for any firm. Slide 11. Key drivers of the industry. In order to sustain in this business, FlatIron should be competitive and they should create a competitive advantage among the other salons in Singapore. Currently, the trend is being more technologically advanced in any kind of business. FlatIron should invest and make use of internet and mobile technologies. They should make use of these in its in-house operations and also for promoting their brand.
For the slide number 12, SWOT analysis has been performed for the FlatIron to define the strategy. FlatIron could use the SWOT analysis result to set the strategy. For the slide number 13, for the strengths, FlatIron is well-known hairstylist in Dublin, so that they had good experience to provide the modern hairstyles to pursue the Singapore customer. FlatIron could focus on marketing system and operation management system using the well-trained team as the core strengths. For the weakness, we find that FlatIron could face a difficulty in terms of brand equity, fashion and style, and to get a good location with the sufficient space for a shop and parking. For the slide number 14, for the opportunity, hair salon is growing market in Singapore and this is simply recession-proof business. There are increasing hairdressing opportunity as most girl and metrosexual guys are likely to change their hairstyle frequently. FlatIron could target to young customers ladies by providing new modern hairstyles. For the threat, FlatIron could get the difficulty to have regular customers because of strong competitor and language problem, as the Mandarin is still part of the major communication tools in Singapore. Lastly, FlatIron particular service could be replicated by others.
Slide 15. As you can see, we use Porter's five forces analysis to analyze the industry which Flatiron competes in. For example, substitutes, buyers, new entrants, suppliers, and rivalry among the current competitors. Slide 16. Here is a diagram of Porter's five forces. Slide 17. Let's start with the entry of competitors. Barriers to entry in Singapore market are very minimal. As a result of this, there are many salons in the market, be it shopping malls or the train stations. The only barrier to entry is the licensing, which is fairly easy to get. There is absolutely no loyalty towards hairstylists, and customers tend to change them frequently. Thus, the market is highly competitive. Slide 18. Let's look at substitution. The threat of substitution in this industry is very low. People often go to hair salons rather than doing at home. Thus, you can have a repeat customer if you can accommodate a customer well and give him an excellent service. Fashion is very important to most metrosexual men, and that includes different hairstyles. Slide 19. As I explained earlier, the bargaining power of buyers is very high due to many selection of hair salons in the market. Thus, prices must be attractive and kept at a competitive level, plus offer something unique at the same price, which will stand out amongst the customers. This will keep the customers coming back, for example, by giving discounts to certain group of people at certain times, frequent buyers, etc. Slide 20. Bargaining power of suppliers. It is the supplier's responsibility to convince the salon to carry their brand either through discounts, sales, promotions, or other things that benefit the salon. Slide 21. Let's look at rivalry among current competitors. The rivalry is very high since the industry is a fragmented one, with many small to medium salons offering the same or more services. Thus, customers have a wide variety of options and can easily change the salons. Slide 22. Exit barriers. It is quite easy to exit the industry, but the fact that the new firms can enter the market easily makes the competition very high. I guess this should not be a problem for Flatiron, except that they have to deal with the competition head on.
Slide 23. Gaps found in the current analysis of Flatiron. Flatiron has a very basic website with only 3 web pages. Currently, a loyal customer base is critical as customers are crucial in this industry. New target markets needs to be continuously explored and captured. Slide 24. Marketing is very important and customers has to be retained. Flatiron has to be aware of all the threats in the industry. Knowing the company's strength and weakness is important for its long-term success. Moreover, it is important to capitalize on the strengths and try to minimize the weakness. Flatiron needs to increase its net profit. Their non-profitable products has to be replaced by profitable services and products. Flatiron should make use of the current trend of doing promotions and also should increase its brand value.
Slide 26. After analyzing the macro environment, identifying the key drivers in the environment, and engaging in the five forces analysis, we have come up with the chart to address all the issues highlighted in the above slides by reducing these five forces. This will help Flatiron to use ICT, manage its customer base, cross-sell as well as upsell. Slide 27. The only way to reduce the bargaining power of suppliers is to build knowledge of supplier costs and methods. The only way is to take over a supplier. Slide 28. To reduce the threat of new entrants, Flatiron will need to create a marketing strategy and brand image. They will have to form alliances with linked products and services. They will also have to form a tie-up with suppliers. Slide 29. To reduce rivalry, Flatiron needs to avoid price competition. They need to differentiate their products and possibly buy out competition by creating mobile apps for appointments, allowing customers to upload their photos and choose different hairstyles, using customer data to provide value-added services. Slide 30. To reduce the bargaining power of customers, Flatiron needs to increase loyalty among customers by issuing member cards and giving discounts for each visit. This will increase their switching costs.
Slide 31. Conclusion. We conclude that by applying Porter's five forces model, we confirm that the industry is a competitive one. Although the substitutes are low, the buyer's power is high. Potential new entrants is high. Power of suppliers is high. And rivalry among existing firms is high. So overall, this is a competitive industry and very difficult to sustain. It takes a lot of time to develop relationships with customers, and patience is something which is needed to survive in this industry.